Can we just move in front of the house so the dogs don't go crazy?
Sure we can, yeah.
I need you to identify yourself and let me take imagery of your IDs.
I'm not going to show you my credentials on the phone.
So you said you were with the FBI?
That's correct.
And why won't you show me your credentials?
We did. I showed you my
I didn't take a look at them. I said 1 second, I'll be right back. Are you going to show me your credentials or no?
Yeah, we did already. So, and we identified ourselves. So what we'd like to do
I
is
didn't
just
look
have a
at your credentials. Again,
Well,
I didn't verify them. I told you to wait, and I went inside.
Okay, that's correct. What we'd like to do is just have a conversation with you about some social media posts that you've made. Would you be willing to talk to us today about that?
No, I would not. I would like you to later talk on with my lawyer.
Okay.
Do you have
Do you
identification?
have a card or something
Cards?
for your attorney that we could reach out
No.
to?
No. I'll get back to you.
Okay. All right.
Do you mind just having your attorney contact the FBI office in Oklahoma City?
What's the number? What are the names of the agents?
I'll Google it for you.
So you're refusing to identify yourselves.
No, we've already identified ourselves.
Again, I did not take a look.
Okay, so the phone number for the FBI in Oklahoma City is 405-290-7770.
Okay.
If you just call and give me your name, then we'll be able to get you in contact with us and I'll be happy to speak with you.
And tell him that Facebook flagged me for posts.
Facebook gave us a couple screenshots of your accounts.
Okay. So we no longer live in a free country and we can't say what we want?
No, we totally do. That's why we're not here to arrest you or anything like that. We just
Well,
wanna
you can't
discuss
arrest
this
me
with
for
you.
freedom of speech. We live in America.
Yes,
Correct.
Exactly. So it's kind of weird that you want to come talk to me about me exercising my freedom of speech.
We do this every day, all day long, talk to people.
Okay.
Really, it's just an effort to keep everybody safe, make sure that nobody has any ill will or bad intent or anything like that. And we've got no reason to believe necessarily that that's you, and that's why we just wanted to have a conversation.
So do you have a conversation with everybody on the neighborhood?
Do you have information that anybody else in the neighborhood is?
I mean, all I've done is exercise my right as an American citizen on a public social media platform with my personal opinions. Correct? Okay. Most of the individuals, right, in America, especially older generation, right, have Facebook. Are you questioning all the citizens in America?
We certainly would if we had any sort of concerns.
Okay, so you have concerns about my personal opinions?
If you don't want to talk to us, then you can.
I'm definitely not going to have a talk with you.
Well, thank you for your time this morning, and feel free to reach out to us.
Okay, they're so-called FBI. This is Rola Abdel Jawad in Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is America.
All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Yahweh being the name of the Father, who the world everybody calls God. Yahweh, meaning He exists. Bahashem, meaning in the name. Yahweh Shai, who the world everybody calls Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai, meaning He is salvation. Bahashem, in the name. Rakaha Kodash, Spirit Holy. Double honors to the apostles and elders. A great millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. To the Agwathim listen, learn in sincerity and the truth in the silence, Shalom. Akyam meaning brothers, Agwathim meaning sisters, Shalom meaning peace be unto you. It's your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp, here in Toronto, here with another lesson. Right, we'll get right into it. We saw that video clip there. Listen, Babylonians are angry, man. You know what I mean? At the end, she said, "This is America." Right? Babylonians are pissed off. And this is going to lead to Egyptian against Egyptian. Right? She's irate that She's receiving a visit from the feds. You saw them there with the sunglasses on. Feds in their dark shades, man. Right? One playing good cop, calm cop. The other one playing the one in the gray looked like he wanted to, you know what I mean? And she's irate that she's getting a visit due to her Facebook posts. And this is a sign of things to come, man. You know what I mean? Free speech is an illusion, right? And things like this will lead to the famine of the word. It ain't nothing for them to exercise, for the police, the feds, to exercise this same tactic on the men of the Lord for preaching this truth. Isaiah 19, verse 1 points at 2. The burden of Egypt, America the Great, Babylon the Great, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom. Behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, right? Swift cloud, the chariot, what the world even calls UFOs, the ships, and shall come into Egypt, America, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, right? The idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, right? The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is coming to do away with all witchcraft, idolatry, Moism, alphabet boy lifestyle, celebrity worship, money worship. And the heart being mind of Egypt, America, shall melt in the midst of it, right? And what's going to cause all of that to melt? Thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles. Scripture say the day, behold the day come that shall burn as an oven. What's going to cause America the Great to burn like an oven? The arrows, the missiles. Second verse, here's the point. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, right? Civil unrest, class wars, good old boys against the establishment, right? And they shall fight everyone against his brother, right? Red versus blue, left versus right, Democrat versus Republican, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, right? Civil unrest, man. Listen, America the Great, Babylon the Great, circle of the drain, man. It's done. It's finished, right? And these Babylonians are getting stirred up, getting roused up, right? The woman who was filming, she sounded angry, man. She sounded perturbed. She sounded frustrated, right? In turn, will all lead to the famine of the word. Esau, this truth is going out like a wave, and Esau can't control it. Right, the internet. Right, so what's Esau going to do in turn? What's Esau method of control going to be to shut it down? Psalm 19, verse 1. And it reads, the heavens declare the glory of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech. Right, this knowledge be going out via the unicorn, the internet, day unto day. And night unto night showeth knowledge, right? All hours of the day, 24/7, right? It's about 2 a.m. here up here in Canada, you know, Eastern time zone, right? You got brothers in the UK, they're 5 hours ahead, right? You got brothers on the West Coast, LA, they're 3 hours behind the East Coast Eastern time zone, which is what, quarter to 1 a.m. right now in the morning. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, this truth, this knowledge is going out. Verse 3, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard, right? All tongues, right? You have the brothers, the Northern Kingdom, teaching this word in Hispanic. right? You have brothers over there in Italy speaking Italian. You have GMS Nigeria speaking Nigerian. Fourth verse, their line has gone out through all the earth, the internet, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for their son. Let's look at this word world. Words gone to the end of the world. In the Strongs. End of the world.
Strong's H8398. Tevel. Tevel.
Habitable part in the Strongs. As moist, the earth as moist and therefore inhabited by extension, the globe, by implication, its inhabitants, specifically a particular land, right? Habitable part, world, right? Its inhabitants, right? So this truth, everyone's, listen, this truth has gone out. The whole world gonna hear this truth, right? Via the internet. And Esau Edom can't control it. So what's he gonna do? Family of the word, you're gonna shut it down, right? He's showing signs of showing his horns. This is in regards to a woman making posts, right, about what's going on in the Gaza, right? This paragraph right here, right? Abdel Jawad's Facebook timeline is public, so the FBI agents could have found it themselves. For the past week, she has made multiple angry posts per day about the, right, the war in, referring to, right, as, but none of the posts on her feed call for violence, right? You listen, you speak out against the small hats, right? Right. You remember they control everything, right? They're gonna roll on you, right? And the prophets have been speaking, beginning with the elder apostles on down, condemning them, making them bear. Let's get that real quick. Esau don't like to be made bear. Jeremiah 49. Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. Right? And how has the Lord Yahweh Shemashai made this wicked, diabolical madman exposed bare via the mouths of the prophets? I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. Right? The whole world seeing him for who he is. Right? The whole world is recognizing that those that say they are the people are not the people. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Right? Mark 8. Right? These Babylonians are getting angrier and angrier. Right? Their way of life has deteriorated. You got migrants flooding the streets of America the Great, Babylon the Great. The cost of living is through the roof. Right? And now FBI is showing up at the doors of Babylonians randomly. Mark 3, verse 23. And it reads, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables. It's Yahweh Shai speaking. How can Satan cast out Satan? Right? The physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan is the Edomites, the wicked. Verse 24, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand, right? Are we not seeing division within America the Great, Babylon the Great? And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand, America the Great. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, right? Red versus blue, Democrat versus Republican. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. Right? And we're seeing the fall of America the Great, Babylon the Great, piece by piece, circling the drain. Verse 27, no man can enter into a strong man's house. Right. You can't run up in a strong man. You can't run up in. Listen, Babylon the Great, America the Great has been historically a strong nation. Scripture just came to mind. Habakkuk. Job, Salaki, Joel. No, that's not the one I want. Salakia. I think it's in Isaiah. Isaiah 14, verse 10, and it reads, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right? These other nations have an eye on America the Great, Babylon the Great. Right? And they're seeing that she's weakened. Right? Right? She no longer has the status of being the hammer of the earth. Mark 3:27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. Right? You can't run up on a strong man. You got to bind him first. Right? We're watching the methodical, controlled demolition of Babylon the Great, America the Great. So with that, call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who teach one and rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect.